Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about Picture Day, Pad No Pay, and BlackJack. First, I'm going to talk about Picture Day. Enjoy. As the episode opens, SpongeBob wakes up on the morning of the boating school picture day. He gets up and he does his routine, which includes brushing his teeth with crayons, putting on his socks, and getting dressed. But as he leaves, a piece of seaweed gets stuck on his shirt. He goes inside, saying it is no problem, and does his morning routine over again. When he goes back outside, he is dumped in a garbage truck and gets laughed at by Squidward. He then goes back and he does his routine over again for the second time. He leaves, but much more cautiously this time. But he has a run-in with teenagers and ketchup. He manages to duck them but is squirted by Old Man Jenkins' ketchup. He goes back home for the third time and redoes his routine. This time, he uses sponge gloss in an effort to stay tidy. As he gets closer to boating school, the sponge gloss gets washed away by a truck full of water. More trucks crash and cover SpongeBob in stamps, oatmeal, and glue. As he is taking another shower for the fourth time, Patrick comes in with a jar full of jelly. Patrick eats it, and then SpongeBob gets an idea. He hides in the jar and successfully gets to boating school. However, Patrick forgets the reason he came to the school and thinks he is jelly and takes him over to the table, where his peanut butter taco is. SpongeBob tries to warn him, but he doesn't hear and dumps SpongeBob on it without knowing. SpongeBob lands in the taco, all dirty again. Patrick soon recalls the reason and watches SpongeBob start to cry. SpongeBob then sadly reveals the truth to Patrick about why the day for him was important, which it is that someday, he will graduate from school, and he doesn't want to be remembered as the guy in peanut butter and taco shells. He then bursts into tears. As he cries, his teacher, Mrs. Puff, comes outside and drags him in kicking and screaming for the picture, despite SpongeBob's protesting. The cameraman sprays him with water to be clean and puts him in a green outfit that is a little small for the picture, but SpongeBob still doesn't smile and Mrs. Puff begs him to stop crying quickly. To correct it, the photographer puts a huge set of dentures in SpongeBob's mouth and that makes him smile forcefully, and the picture is now taken. The episode closes with SpongeBob looking at the boating school yearbook. He is surrounded by real humans in the yearbook, like in real life, with teeth exactly like SpongeBob's. Next, I'm going to talk about Pad No Pay. Enjoy. In the beginning of the episode, it's a slow day at the Krusty Krab and Mr. Krabs checks the empty cash register. Just then, Patrick walks in and develops what SpongeBob calls it Krabby Patty withdrawal. Mr. Krabs is eager to have a customer and asks Patrick if he could pay for the Krabby Patty. Patrick says he could and proceeds to eat 50 Krabby Patties with extra cheese. When Mr. Krabs gives Patrick the bill, he realizes Patrick didn't have any money, so he puts him to work to pay off the Krabby Patties as punishment for not paying for his meal. However, Patrick messes up on all of the jobs. He tries cleaning the bathroom floor, but Mr. Krabs catches him eating the hand soap and commenting that it doesn't taste as good as it smells. He tries placing ice cube trays into a barrel, but he destroys the freezer and the ice cubes. So Mr. Krabs places him in a room with a large trash chute and threatens to never give him another Krabby Patty if he messes up this job. So Patrick places full trash bags into the machine, an easy job that he handles well until SpongeBob walks in to check on him. SpongeBob is carrying a bag of money that Mr. Krabs wants him to put in the safe. When Patrick is struggling to finish the job of getting rid of the garbage, SpongeBob tells him that he didn't flip the power switch down, so when he did, all the trash bags went down. Patrick thanks SpongeBob, but then he notices the money bag over SpongeBob's shoulder and immediately thinks he forgot one. He takes the sack, and despite SpongeBob's loud protests, places it into the shredder. Since it is full of money, the shredder cannot slice the bag up, so Patrick flips the power switch up and down, causing the compactor to expand just as Mr. Krabs walks in. The compactor is so broken that it jumps up and down cause of the blockage while the compactor tries to shred the bag of money. Just after Mr. Krabs asks how Patrick is doing, not seeing the compactor cause he has his eyes closed, the compactor then explodes and the explosion is seemingly so big that the explosion even destroys the Krusty Krab, which is even protected with a metal skin so Patrick wouldn't get out, and the sack of money, which was launched into the air, along with the compactor, lands in the compactor, where it is finally shredded without any holdbacks. As bits of paper money fall like snow, Patrick asks an unamused Mr. Krabs if he can eat again, as the episode ends. Next, I'm going to talk about BlackJack. Enjoy! In the beginning of the episode, SpongeBob receives a ransom note from his cousin BlackJack, saying that he has been released from prison, has paid SpongeBob's parents a visit, and has challenged him to a wrestling match for their safety. When he arrives at their house, it is wrapped with police tape, and all of the furniture is covered in plastic, which leads SpongeBob to believe a crime was committed at his parents' house. He finds another note from BlackJack, this time saying he's going to pay SpongeBob's grandma a visit. SpongeBob arrives at Grandma SquarePants' house, and she says BlackJack recently called her, and left a message for SpongeBob, saying he has some loose ends to tie up. This results in SpongeBob thinking BlackJack tied up his parents. SpongeBob seeks help from his uncle, Captain Blue SquarePants, a retired police captain. But because of listening to various loud sounds, instead of helping SpongeBob save his parents from BlackJack, he makes SpongeBob partake in manual labor, including lawn mowing, building a fence, trimming a coral tree, and much more for the next 346 minutes. When SpongeBob finishes, SpongeBob stops the music and tells the situation. Captain Blue refuses to help, saying that if he was in SpongeBob's place, he will just go home, and tells him that he's not cut out for this type of work, but he does drive him to BlackJack's house, which is ironically and literally right next door. SpongeBob stands in front of BlackJack's front door for a moment, regretting his decision, and remembering what his uncle said when he hears his mother scream from inside the house. SpongeBob instantly runs into BlackJack's house, and into the basement. SpongeBob goes in to confront his foe and save his parents, but it is revealed that his parents were never in any danger, and that they are holding a party for BlackJack to celebrate his release. They explain to SpongeBob that BlackJack has renounced his criminal ways of littering, and that their house was closed off due to a krill infestation. BlackJack then enters the room, still intent on beating up SpongeBob, but SpongeBob is now prepared to stand up for himself. As BlackJack charges at SpongeBob, it is revealed that BlackJack is no bigger than SpongeBob's foot, and that he cannot do any harm whatsoever, as the episode ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.